What up, what up? We back at it, man. It's MenUp365, and we got one for the city.
For sure.
You hear me?
For sure.
I'm T. Rich.
I'm G. Feezy.
Hey, man, and sitting next to us are some of Tampa legends. You understand me? My boy Juran. Bolden.
Westside.
You hear me?
The real on the west side. You tell me where I'm at now.
Come on, man.
Family KD Williams.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
From the backyard to the front yard.
Man,
sure.
look, man, tell the world something about yourself, man. How we know y'all, man?
Right.
Well, first off, cuz you mind me taking it first?
You go ahead, man.
First off, Juran Bolden, Hillsborough Terrier, class of 93. Of course, these young men to my right know me very well. We all went to school together.
Yes, sir.
Professional athlete, played ball for 13 years, 1995, retired over 2007.
You gave him 13 years?
Yeah,
boy?
I gave him 13 strong.
I ain't mad at
13,
you, bro.
you know what I'm saying? The knees feel it, the shoulder feel it, and everything feel it. But
years, man.
born and raised Tampa, West Tampa, Palm River. You claim it, we name it. That's where we stand on. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of family here. Excited to have my big cuz to my right, far right. We came into the game together, bro. You know what I'm saying? Take the mic, bro.
That is actual fact. We literally came in the game together.
Came in the game together.
I left 4 years ahead of you, but we came in this game on the very first day as professionals on the same day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Beautiful thing, man.
I heard y'all stayed by each other, man. And I just found that out today, man.
Yeah. KD was on Main Street. We was on Union. Him and Myron. Listen, my baby, Miss Barbara. You know what I'm saying? That's how. You know what I'm saying? That was God bless her dead. That's my baby. Now she knows. She knows. And my beautiful grandmother. And we was right there in West Tampa on Union. And our back doors. We put it like this here. I know the West gonna have some words about this, but anybody in West Tampa wanting to come play against them boys from right there in Rome and Maine, we was gonna give them that business.
Yeah. We had Kenny and them.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to our big homie, Kenny Keenan them, the Keenan family.
Yes, the Keenan family, by far.
Now, I gotta just, you gotta, everything comes full circle and you gotta call a spade a spade.
Don't forget about baby Mike.
Right.
We used to be sitting on the green tank. The first time I ever caught a football was thrown by Kenny Keenan.
Yes.
And he used to come to my parents' house and my mom's house and say, Miss Barbara, you mind if Kevin come outside and Myron come outside? See, but my brother was a big Star Wars and Star Trek fan, and he wasn't really into the game like that. He was a runner. He was fast, so he running.
So question. Did you guys always know that y'all wanted to play ball, man? Like when did you know that you wanted to play ball?
We had every field in our backyard.
Yes.
The man tried to just tell you a minute ago, anyone wanted it with us from West Tampa, no disrespect, whether you was on Boulevard all the way up to Maine and Rome.
We wanted that smoke.
If anybody wanted smoke with us, we had a 7. We had 5 for basketball.
Yes, sir.
We got 6. Show enough 6. 7 possible.
Yeah.
For throw up tackle.
Yeah.
And 7 on 7.
Don't forget about the cousins when they come in town.
I'm letting you know. And then when the summertime come, my cousins, Michael Thompson and Alfred Thompson, and they cousin,
Derwin Ashley, Papa, you know what I'm saying?
Papa and them, they come in. We got us a full squad. 11 on 11. But our situation just was different from Cross Oregon.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
You had the big apartment. You had the housing authority was right in the middle.
Yeah.
So depending on where you was facing, if you was facing Maine and Rome across on the north, our side was on the left side of the housing authority. So we had a long track. Our track was at least 100 yards.
But watch this, cuz. Let me interject. Let's not forget about Nolan and Nat across the street.
Yeah, but see, when our
Oh, Albert Perry.
No, see, but that's what I'm saying. Our only bias, because see, that's your era. See, that's the thing I gotta define. You ain't but 2 years younger than me. One year younger than me.
1 year apart.
1 year apart.
Damn, I'm old.
But
Lord.
I can say the eras were kind of different in our era, like, and how we performed and who we played against.
Mm-hmm.
So being with Derek Wilson. Okay.
Yep.
My brother Myron.
Yes, sir.
Yafet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reggie.
Shout out,
Yeah.
Juran. Lope would come down. That's Lorenzo Matthews.
Yes, sir.
He would come down every now and then, play with us. Okay. And Tracy before he moved. That was my boy Tracy before he moved. That's what I'm saying. We had us 7-on-7 already. We don't got to go outside. We don't need nobody across the street. We don't need nobody down the way. We don't need nobody, we just in our 8, 2, 4, 6.
already.
2, 4, 6. That's 12. We had 12 apartments.
12 units.
We had everything we needed in them 12 apartments. That's true story.
Yes.
We had 100 yards we had 100-yard field on both sides.
Yeah, one whole field.
One concrete.
One concrete and
one grass.
Damn.
We had a baseball.
Yes.
We used a pole. We had 2 poles that were centered right on the side of our big garbage can. You know the big dumpster?
Yeah.
And the garbage can was second base.
The dumpster was second base.
Wow.
We went from the pole to the dumpster to the pole, back to the sewage drain.
Damn.
Just so happened the curb was the mound, and the curb happened to be 90 feet.
Legit.
So
damn near 90 feet.
Listen, so
It was put out there for y'all.
yeah. So y'all already had the length of a football field in the perimeter. It was already there.
And North Boulevard Homes, if anybody that can tell you, if you lived on Main and Rome, it was 12 apartments. Then it was the Tampa Housing Authority building.
Gotcha.
Then it was the rest of West Tampa.
Yes.
Across the street from me, I lived right on Main and Rome by the railroad track. Across from me was my sister Jennifer Boyd and the people that was across the street. You know, you got the Bonita and them, and you got Joanne and Marthan and all them. They live across the street.
Mm-hmm. And that's family.
Okay, but in our little section, it was just 12 apartments right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's 9 boys. 3 did their thing out of 9.
Wow,
That's tough.
So what was y'all drive? What separated y'all from them? The 9. That's the question, bro. What separated y'all?
I'm gonna let him give you his side. Well, he was an ace in the hole for us in a certain way.
Right.
Cause we had a 4-man trike team,
Like a chief.
and I couldn't never make the trike team.
I put it like this.
No. This before y'all even recognized he was fast. This was way back.
But I called it somebody. I was with him a little time, and somebody brought it up.
Yeah,
talking about that.
Well, I put it like this here. In that era, like I was the baby boy out of the group. I was the baby boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm the youngest of my brothers. The star was my brother, Fat.
That's what. And speaking of that, that was somebody brought up in the conversation when we talked about it.
Listen, I've told this story numerous amount of times. Katie, he'll vouch for me. I done played professional football, and I done seen what was on these teams. My brother chose the lifestyle he chose, and you know what I'm saying, he understands that scenario. But that boy was supposed to be there, and both of them were supposed to be there. We understand. I say that for a reason, because I believe in it 100%. Because my brother was faster. My brother was at a time.
Jump high.
Wait. At a time. The ones I got in high school, that shit ended. I mean, it ended in high school.
The best part about telling a story,
it ended in high school. But I'm saying prior to that,
the best part of telling the story,
speak on it, bro,
is when You tell it was somebody who actually was there.
Right.
Preach.
No.
Right.
My athletic ability came.
I'm gonna wait till he finish.
Yeah,
Don't clarify some things.
You ain't gonna call me out, is
I'm
you?
gonna clarify.
You ain't gonna call me out.
Let it out.
Black, you ain't gonna call me out.
If he doesn't
Black, you
clarify,
gonna call me out.
because when you give of humanity, you just give it.
Correct.
You don't give humanity and then decompose it.
It's natural.
Don't do that. You just give humanity.
What I would say,
Organic.
So,
It's
what I
natural.
would say,
be organic.
Yes.
naturally, we've been blessed
For sure.
because let's
How?
not get it
Tell us.
twisted.
I'm gonna tell
My
you how.
father. Hold on. I got you.
What's
My
the place?
father.
Go that way.
My dad.
That's
my
what I wanna
dad.
hear. This man
My
up.
dad.
Yeah.
My dad was one of the fastest individuals, but he couldn't play sports. But he finally played at Blake.
Okay.
A lot of
what's your dad name?
my dad, Reginald Bolden. You know what I'm saying? The AKA Sweetwater. That dude.
Okay.
You know, and man, you just made me just pause because I started thinking about my father even more
Nothing
so.
wrong with that. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And
Father's Day.
man, he was
What
by
we here to
far an exceptional father, but at the same time, my family was athletic than the mud. You know, I had my Uncle Mike, I had my Uncle Nat, you know, even my, Fishman, you know what I'm saying? If y'all know West Tampa, y'all know about Fishman, you know, so we call him the mayor of the West. He was a boxer. His athletic skills, he was Dennis Rodman before Dennis Rodman. That's all he wanted to do is play defense and beat people up.
So basically, that was your drive.
My drive was my family. Uncle Mike was the guy.
That's right.
You know, everybody looked at Uncle Mike because he was the one that left. You know, left the city of Tampa and went to South Carolina as a running back.
Okay.
And played ball until he blew his knee out. Then he went to Texas Southern and went to play safety. And he was that dude.
What was your drive?
Watch this. We know what the drive was. Come on, preach to him, cousin.
Well, for me, it was a little different, bro.
Preach to him, cousin.
My guys was Bernard Clark.
Yeah.
Ooh.
University of Miami, by the way.
No.
Representing
Ooh,
you.
hold on.
But you got to understand.
Representing you.
He said Bernard.
Representing you.
Big Ant
From Hillsborough High School.
Okay.
Big Ant Williams.
Okay.
Those was the guys that I looked up to that played football in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the guys that I looked up to was my brother Myron,
Yes, sir.
Eric Wilson,
Yes, sir.
Wilson. Ooh.
Derek Wilson. By far.
Wow.
y'all fat.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
we
He ain't
didn't
that y'all fat.
have to we
Play with
didn't.
it now.
Now, let me tell you.
He was tapped.
Y'all
He
ask
in
me,
it now.
if y'all go ask me, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. 'Cause I know how it go.
And Bruss been the coolest since I ever met him.
I know how it
Here's
go.
what it is.
See, success wasn't.
It's blessed.
It's blessings. That wasn't.
blessed.
I wasn't seeking out to be famous and all that. You know what I mean? I was like I'm saying, my path was different from Juran's path.
Yeah.
I was totally different.
Yeah.
How many years you spent?
I got 9 total.
Okay.
Canada and the league.
Yes, sir.
You know, but I don't get there without them 3 boys. My brother Myron, Derek, and y'all fat. We ain't get to go all the way to Boulevard all the time.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So the guys that was in our backyard We was already pit bulls doing our thing. We ain't need other dogs to bite us.
Don't come
we
down
was
to
biting each other.
Look, hey, Black, don't come down to Dunbar thinking you're going to play some basketball and try to beat us now.
I understand that. So for me, dog, it was. It wasn't about fame.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I wasn't to be famous. I
You
just
passionate love the game.
You had to love for it.
really just love the game, and
right?
I wanted exception. I wanted people. I wanted my peers, even at the boys club, even at Webb, even at Jefferson, even at Arizona Western with Mike Sims and all that. You hear me?
You say Mikey.
Shouts out to Mike Sims, by the way.
Guys that I've played with, man, I just wanted acceptance as a ball player. Once I walk off the field,
You just want that respect.
I'm a different person.
Right.
Yeah.
even when I left the NFL, I'm not a guy that lived. And my man will tell you, the people around me will tell you, when they talk about the NFL, I walk away.
Yeah. That's real though, bro.
Organic, bro.
That's real.
I don't discuss that stuff, man. Half of it you ain't gonna believe.
Right.
Some of you gonna think I embellished.
Yeah.
And half of it didn't happen.
Right.
Because I don't drive a
The thing that I
Bentley.
noticed that y'all keep speaking on is all kids didn't have it. Y'all had people around you that brought the best out of y'all.
I had the people in front of me.
And then
bro.
you had that dog in you.
That dog, they got that
That's
dog.
what matters. If you don't got that dog in you.
See, here's the thing.
Okay,
Here's the one trick pony that everybody left out. Out of all 7 of us, I had the most dog.
Yeah.
Doggish.
Yeah, it is.
I say this. Watch this.
See,
watch
they
this,
don't have
watch this.
skill.
I'm gonna give credit where credit was due.
All of them down the line. Barbershop. Man up.
Watch
From
this.
down the line, all my boys that I named, I'm going to name them in order. My brother's the oldest,
Yes, sir.
Myron,
Myron.
then Derek, then
Derek.
Yafet,
Then Yafet.
then Reggie,
Then Reggie.
then me,
Then you.
then him.
Then me.
All of them had something that was theirs. Derek was physical. Yafet jumped high, then mother.
Down to Zay.
And he was quick. He was the quarterback because he was the smartest. He had the best grades out of all of us. So he was our quarterback.
That nigga was retarded.
See,
do it like that.
that's why sometimes I don't think y'all should have had us together.
Yeah.
If y'all was gonna do this.
Nah, this what we want.
See,
This what we want.
when I get to it,
Get to it. Cuz get to it.
too comedy for me.
Yeah, I'm comedy with it. I lived on that. Y'all know who Bo is.
The man asked me a question.
Y'all know who Bo is.
Trying to give you your flowers.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give you your flowers. You scared of your flowers.
Flowers, man.
So the transition that we all had to make was because them boys set a stage for us.
Right in front of you.
It set the
But
foundation.
they all had differences. My brother Myron, powerful, strong. If you was big like him, then you was big.
Yeah.
If you was smooth like Derek and ran like Derek, you was a running back. If you was smart, jump high, and y'all fat had it all like that too.
Pressure.
Me, I was the lowest man on the totem pole.
Slow. Wait. Let's keep it slow now.
We had 5 boys.
No. Go back to the slow part now.
I was the slowest. That's what I'm saying. We had 5 boys. When Derek wasn't there, it used to be me and my brother versus him and his brother.
Right.
When Derek was there, we used to run 3-on-3.
3-on-3. And there was that, yeah.
And Derek would run with us because they was on our side. He was on our side of the street, of the parking lot. And y'all had a 3-man household. So y'all had y'all own team, 3-man team. Now, every now and then we would mix it up for shits and giggles because I was the slowest, so they had to mix it up.
Right.
For you.
Right.
So that nobody had the advantage.
So make it fair.
Katie got to be on somebody's team every now and then, and I don't even take offense to it.
All right.
But hold on. Mr. Lightning over here. Fast dude, fast boy.
He wasn't the fastest then. He would get his ass smoked.
Was not.
My question is, when you realize you was fast, because in the city they talk about Bo. That's how we hear Bo was fast. Bo will burn you. 40. What was your 40?
When he got the way up.
So my 40 was a legit 4.38.
When he got the way
legit 4.38, and for all you young boys out there listening, this is not coached or taught or learned how to run 40. I just woke up and ran a 4.3. My point being is, when I created that narrative of being that guy that y'all knew me as, saying from Hillsborough, all us with the Hillsborough, and then cuz what it is. When I knew I was fast is when I beat my brother.
Oh, you.
And I didn't beat my brother. Listen, I didn't beat my brother until my 10th grade year.
Okay.
My dad and my stepmom, Phyllis, they was living in $100 apartments over there off of 139.
Okay.
Or 138, over there across Fletcher. And we went out there in that parking lot. I was in the 10th grade, and Fett was graduating. We ran because my dad did that, and I go back to my father. My father always took us out there to the park over there right off of Del Maybe, and he would get us out there. And soon as he said go, we had to run. That's how I knew my dad was fast. My dad was fast. Because I ain't never seen nobody run past my brother like that.
Gotcha.
But my dad had them scats. But my goal was to beat my brother whenever that time presented itself.
Okay.
My brother was my ace. My aunt was my hero. My dad was my superstar.
Okay.
So what's a valuable lesson you learned from your dad? That you took with you to the pros? Like got you over the hump? What did something that your dad put in you that got you over the hump?
My dad's nickname was Sweetwater. Mm-hmm. And play with the name if you want to. That man was better than what you think the nickname stood for. Mm. My dad showed me two things. You beat me, you could beat anybody. That narrative clicked in my mind that now that I know if I finally get my pops and I finally get the firstborn, that I'm there. I'm him. You know, I can run. Man, listen. The reason why I threw the thing out there earlier about KD about speed, by the time KD and I got to Winnipeg, KD was the fastest DN we ever had in Winnipeg. In Winnipeg.
Wow.
So that dog that he's talking about, that work ethic that he's talking about.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I was too immature at the time to learn from what his work ethic was that crippled me, because I was just naturally talented enough to do whatever I wanted to do. Never played corner before. Watch this. Never played corner before, but started as a what, Black?
As a rookie.
Never seen corner in my day in my life.
You was talented. I knew you was talented.
Yeah, I was blessed to have a found, because guess what? We had wars now. To the point where these knuckles, we gonna scrape them on the. We gonna go there now.
In that backyard, man, it was some real throwdown in that backyard.
One thing we know that they don't have that type of backyard no more, because there ain't no projects no more.
No, ain't no more backyard like that.
So how you create these dogs now? Like where they come from?
Well,
go ahead. You want to run it?
Where they at?
You want it? It's like this. Let's like this.
Because we trying to say these babies, bro.
Right.
So the main thing that I would see about this new generation, see, it's not their fault that they believe everything should be given to them. It's a few out there who understands that my work ethic is going to take me to where I need to go at. But it's others who feel like I'm just naturally talented. I have a son right now that's in New England playing ball.
Okay. He
was the best athlete throughout his times at school. And son, if you ever get across this here, I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah Bolden, number 29.
Okay.
New England Patriots.
Yes, sir.
Cornerback.
Yes, sir.
I'm dead telling you right now. Yes, you was blessed with ability.
You ready? Speed. Yeah.
But what I love about you more than anything is your ambition and your work ethic that you putting in right now.
Nice, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So if any young man sitting here listening to this right now, it's not what your expectations are. It's what you put into it.
Right.
And I say this in front of KD. I say this in front of millions, whoever watching.
We're going to speak that million.
And I'm speaking millions. I don't sugarcoat shit.
Yes, sir.
The millions that are watching, my point being, don't sit back and wait for somebody to put something in your lap.
Do what?
Go get it.
Go get that thing, man.
Right. Go get it.
Your work ethic is beyond what you should establish. My work ethic as a father, my work ethic as a player, my work ethic as a student, my work ethic as a child was beyond minute.
Hey, K, peep this, K. You got a son too, whoa.
Yeah.
I got 3 sons.
Got 3 of them.
Oh, my goodness.
My cousins.
Oh,
my clique. And shouts out to my daughter Adele. Dad loves you. You know what I'm saying? I got my 10-year-old with me full time now. I'm so happy.
That's what's up, man. Love that.
I'm blessed.
Love this father stuff, but
I'm blessed. I'm in the greatest situation man could ever be in.
Preach, brother.
Man, tell us how it feels, because I was wondering. Because I'm happy. I'm happy to see that you guys are fathers. That's the part that made me really want to talk to you guys, because life is crazy right now.
Yeah. I ain't the greatest father. I'm man, listen. It's fathers. You said fathers?
Yes.
Well, let me say this to you, bro. I chased the football. See, there are some things that my sister Jennifer Boyd would say, Bruss, you sacrificed some things, but it was not unjustly.
That's what fathers do, though.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
The kids may not understand sometimes. They might be a little absent.
Now,
we working.
In immaturity, never having the ability or being in position, that's what I want to say.
Okay.
Not being in the position that I was in, not knowing how to deal with celebrity.
Deal with the fame, deal with it.
There you go.
That stuff wasn't what I went there for, because I was a street guy.
And you was learning.
And I was
you
trying to turn my life around. You feel me?
You was adjusting, trying to adjust.
Yeah, I went to college on probation.
Because it wasn't the manual.
Right, like I'm on probation.
He was organically living and
pissing in a cup,
doing his best.
Seeing a probation officer, working at Petty Jean Chicken Factory. You hear me? In Arkansas. I ain't doing my probation here in Tampa.
You talking about Arkansas, Little Rock.
Little Rock. The Rock.
Back
Now,
then, remember that?
but see, the judge here is Barbara Fletcher. Ain't Barbara Fletcher the judge here? Used to be the judge here.
Used to be George.
See, I come out that era, bro. I went to school already on probation for basically in the world.
Being home.
I'm being in the world. Now, that was a mistake. I wasn't trying to be a gangster, because I ain't a gangster, bro. That ain't who I am.
I understand.
You hear me?
It's the environment, bro.
Now, I wanted to play ball once I realized that I could. A coach, God bless the dead, Willie Tate. He looked me in my eyes and said, man, I've been around the game. I've never coached a guy with your ability.
Yes.
Wow.
Keep your head straight, and you may have a chance. Man,
It be that one coach, bro.
That's all they need.
listen,
Yeah, I had one too, bro.
I was still coming home again. My circle, my basketball team, my football team, my track team.
Don't forget baseball, Black. You play baseball too
I'm
now.
talking about the guys that I grew up with, my football team, my baseball team. When I came home from college, I was still with y'all fat.
Yeah. He was hanging out with Bress.
I was still hanging with y'all fat. When I came home from college, I was still with Nolan. I was still with Reggie. I was still with my brother. I was still with Lemon Street and Edison Street boys. We were still.
One fall.
So what I'm saying to you is, my life, I was lucky, bro. I had a little luck. No, I was blessings. There were blessings.
Yeah, but he had a journey for you.
But my journey was what it was, and I'm proud of it.
Right.
But see, I'm a guy that know how to live in the reality of the world of what happened to me. My transition, I can live in the I went to school to be a school teacher.
Yeah.
I actually went to a school teacher's college.
You was in the right place.
I was doing all the right things, trying to do the right thing, trying to do the right thing. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, once I realized that I had a chance to become a professional athlete, I took my gold teeth out.
Yes, sir.
I did all that. I switched my game all the way up, because I ain't finna get drafted like Edrin James and them boys. I got dreadlocks and gold teeth. I'm undrafted.
So what experience did you learn? That taught you about life? From what you're saying?
For me, I was a book that was judged by the cover. So I actually learned how to play the game. Like I said, I was hanging with guys that was really in the streets. Like I wasn't hanging with guys that was, you know what I mean, trying to be corporate, doing those things like that. You know what I mean?
But the street guys were who you was around.
But the guys, but they took care of what my ambitions were. What they don't even know what my ambitions. They still had it in their head like, hey man, dog, you ain't got but one more year in college, dog. Right. So as it's getting to that point, I'm getting hyped in my own transition because my boys see it in me. Because it's like, hey man, you finna be a senior. You've been an All-American 3 years in a row.
You taking over. You taking over.
So when that time came, you know, it was like my transition need to happen. My transition was different from Juran's.
Yes.
So let's go here. I told my boy, I confided in his brother, Yafet Bolden, his brother, right over there. I confided in him a story. And since me and him here, and he gave y'all an interlude of it earlier.
And they still
I'ma tell
kick it again.
I'ma tell it.
As we speak.
I'ma tell the story.
Preach on it, bro.
Because he brought it up. I would have never brought the story up. And this man will tell you, his brother tell you, I avoid all football talk, don't I, bro?
Oh, for real?
I don't want to talk about it.
He said it too.
I don't want to be KD Williams, the football player. I'm KD from the block. I'm KD from West Tampa.
Yes.
KD Williams.
I'm KD Williams.
That's it.
Now, this how I put a picture of my brother and y'all fed up. And I said, I absolutely and completely love these boys with my heart. And I'm going to tell you how some things happen.
By the way, I wasn't in that picture.
Yeah, let me give you something so I can tell the story as men and fathers.
Yes, I preach, bro.
Brothers,
Preach.
people we grew up as. And hopefully somebody who watching this can actually say, you know, now that's how shit supposed to be. That's how you're supposed to do things.
Inspire him, encourage him.
His brother used to look out for me. We grew up together, all of us grew up. But then we all took our different paths. Me and Reggie was really close. That was the middle brother. We was the closest. My boy, you know, went a different life than me. And that was my boy. Like, we was together every day, all day, every day, all day. That's my guy. Feel me? Now, I learned a lot being with Yacht in the world. Even though I had tutors already, I knew what the world was. So he got in the world with me because I was in the world before them. See, my mama worked that night. They lived with their grandma. So I was already in the world. Yafet jumped in the world. We just knew that we was brothers already, so we might as well. Now, so when I'm coming home from college, my belt can still match my shoes.
Preach. Preach.
You feel me?
Preach.
I'm still wearing I'm doing my thing out here.
Wally.
I'm a colleague. I have Wallabies. I'm wearing Clark's Wallies and everything. You feel me? So my moment to repay the family for us being friends and family, for us being family.
Yeah.
My moment will come for us to straighten our families. Okay? 1994, I'm coming out of college. Just came off my All-American year.
Yeah. Preach on it, cousin. Preach on it.
I had my workout. I had my pro day. Couple teams show up. About 10 teams show up. I have a good workout. They're giving me good chatter, but nobody made a move to draft me. So I signed in Canada. So I signed with the Canadian Football League on a 2-year deal.
Ooh.
Okay? Now, just so happened I come home, Christmas, I go back to college. I get the letter in the mail. Hey, listen, we're having a mini camp in Mississippi.
Morehead, Mississippi.
Mississippi Delta.
Mississippi Delta.
We're going to bring you out. We're going to take care of everything, get you a hotel, give you per diem, and make sure everything is cake.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, you don't have to worry about nothing, Katie. We even have somebody to pick you up at the dorm.
Yes.
No problem. Okay,
yes.
I'll be at training camp. So I go to mini camp. on Miss Barbara Marie Williams. I'm telling y'all a true story.
Love your auntie.
We having a workout with the Canadian Football League. Now, I'm already under contract. I got my deal already. Got my signing bonus. I ain't worried about shit.
You already said that.
I just got to show up to the camp.
He already had his deal.
Right.
I show up to the camp and shit. We go through the drills. We're using their coaches as our spot guys. And the spot guys, they got coaches at different drills. Y'all play football. Y'all know how this shit go.
Station.
They got different stations. So we get up there. You got to say your name, say where you're from. I get to the 40-yard line. Katie Williams, Tampa, Florida. He said, Tampa, Florida? I said, yeah. Tampa, Florida. He said, man, listen, man, we got a guy up here, man. No, I run the 40, boom. We come back to run number 2. So all the boys transition in their line. He said, look here, man, we got a guy up here, man, from Tampa, Florida, man. I say, who? What's his name? He from Tampa? He said, man, his name Juran. I said, man, that's my cousin.
It is.
He said, what? Yeah, you cousins. Once you leave, the moment you get away from West Tampa,
from West,
notice how I ain't say Tampa.
Right.
When
from
you
the West,
get out of West Tampa, that's your cousin.
Right.
That's just how
real
I go.
Wickle now.
That's your cousin. Once you cross one of them 5 bridges that you got to cross to get to West Tampa.
Come on now.
You cousins.
Cousins.
All right. So I tell the white boys, I say, look, coach. I say, that's my cousin, man. Hey, coach, can you go get him and tell him his cousin Kevin is down here? Cause he don't know me as KD yet.
Nah.
He don't know me as KD. He only know me as Kevin.
Calvin Williams.
Like. So they go get this crazy ass boy. He come down there, man. Flip flops and shirt.
That's what he doing.
Shorts.
Hey, wait. That's what they had the little la-las on her. You know what I'm saying? I had the little la-las.
He growing his little baby little
man.
shit locks. Man, he up there clowning. We'll leave the other part out of it.
Yeah.
Now, he get down there. I'm so happy to see him. I haven't seen Juran in years because I've been gone.
4 years, to be exact.
Yeah, I went to Arizona 2 years, and then I transferred to Arkansas. But when I transferred to Arkansas, I'm on probation. I can't even leave Arkansas till the probation over with. Mm-hmm. Barbara Fletcher got me hemmed all the way up. I can't even come home and see my family, nothing. We go to camp. He show up at the camp. I tell the coach, general manager, and the head coach,
Paul Jones.
I say, man, look here.
Cal Murphy.
I say, Paul, you see that guy right there, man? There's no one on this football field, absolutely nobody, faster than him.
Can catch him.
On this football field.
He gassed.
He said, man, come on, KD. Juran looking at me like, who the hell is KD? I said, Paul, it's my cousin, Juran Bolden, man. I promise you, I'm willing to stake my contract on this.
Yes, he
He'll
did.
beat
He said
everybody. Ain't no one on this football field faster than him nowhere. And we got the #1 wide receiver who just won Player of the Year. He at the camp. They flew him into the camp.
Here comes the bull. This is the real shit now.
Man, Juran ran like 340s.
Preach.
The coaching staff couldn't believe what they had just saw with their clocks.
They stuck.
So I'm saying, and he'll cover anybody out here.
Let the games begin.
Now here's a name that y'all Google, okay? Google his name and remember it. His name is Basil Shabazz.
Wow.
He was one of Arkansas's greatest athletes of all time. His name is Basil Shabazz. He was on that, what's your boy, Desmond Howard and Rocket Ismail on them level. That's where he come from. Them Ismail boys.
I was just finna say that. He was on that level.
He come out them little boys level. Basil Shabazz. Juran scraped him up. And then they put them boys in one-on-ones with Juran. They thought about, I'ma just so I can make it seem fair and not outlandish. We'll say he took 6 one-on-ones.
You gonna give me 6?
We'll just say 6.
Okay, I'll take that.
3 knockdowns, 1 interceptions, 2 overthrows. Because he was in the lane. And if they would have been on the money, they probably would have been knocked down or intercepted.
How many?
Now.
How many did?
6 of them. You know, he just did 6.
Camp over.
Yo, I'm just gonna put that out there.
The camp is over. All right, Juran, man, I love you, boy. It's good to see you, cub. Hey, man, I want to see the boys put you on, man. I want to see you out there, boy. God, hey, you was balling too, cub. You were balling, cub.
Yeah.
I was like, well, man, you know, you in junior college, so you about to transfer anyway. Yeah. So you all right.
Yeah.
Don't be in a rush. I'm going to go on up here and do this thing up here. Don't worry about it. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Man, listen. I go back to college. I arrive at the airport to fly to camp. I fly from Tampa, Florida to Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Damn, I ain't never heard that name before.
Say it again.
Say it again.
Hold on.
I fly from Tampa International to Winnipeg, Manitoba Airport.
Yeah.
Damn.
I get my bags. I come through customs. And like your door opened up, bro, when that door opened up, Juran was sitting in there with a broad and everything.
Hey, you know I'm married now, that.
Well, hey, man, she can't understand that. That was 95.
Yeah, that was.
Baby, that was before your time, baby. That was before your time, baby. That was before your time.
I was married before.
Yeah, I'm just saying, dog. Yeah, I got to go home in a little bit.
Man, you ain't that Juran Bolden no more. You was not that Juran Bolden no more. That was old J. That when you were JB.
Yeah.
You Juran now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to tell the JB story. I came through customs. Juran was standing back there, man. He took me to the hotel, man. They got him on the top floor in the suite. I'm saying, man, hold on. What the hell? He said, cuz, after you told them boys about me and they gave me the workout, when you left to go back to school, they offered me a contract. I said, Juran, are you telling me you been here? He said, man, I've been in Canada for about 3 months. I said, hold up. Hey. I said, hold on. Juran, you telling me from the time we left when I saw you.
Yes, sir.
In what's the little place?
Winnipeg. Moorhead, Mississippi.
When I saw you in Mississippi,
crazy.
The coaching staff sent you to Canada. He said, man, and they got me in the suites. And a car.
He's straight.
You telling me you've been up here all this long time, bro? I said, shit, let's hit the streets. Hit the streets.
We're ready.
No problem.
Let's hit the streets. I just got off the plane.
Right.
Let's hit the streets. Listen. They had already had Juran. No lie, dog. I can't take it away from the man.
19 years old. Don't forget.
He was only 19.
19.
He was a baby.
We just left West. We just left the borough. Dog.
He was a baby.
They had him.
We just left the borough now.
Right.
They had him laid up. They had high projections and high expectations of him.
He was finna be a face.
But
the
thing is,
became the face now.
If Maya Lansky over here in the bike end don't talk to these folks, they don't know about Cuzito.
Off rip.
See, but I said a minute ago, I used to come home from college and, every now and then, Juran, y'all fat. Made sure that shirt matched the pants.
Yes, sir.
The belt matched the shoe.
Yes,
we gotta go out. We going out.
Right. Yes, sir.
We gonna hit these streets while you're home for college.
Yes, sir.
That's how you supposed to do. That's
So he looked out.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So he loved that. Yeah. So, but in actuality, my hard work and determination got us the opportunity because I was already signed.
Yes, sir.
And the moral of the story is you look out for yours.
And you look out for your partner.
Look out for yours.
Right. You look out
I sold my homeboy to the entire administration.
Yes, he did.
Yes,
he did.
I sold him to the administration.
Always being organic.
And when I got to Canada to report for my job, a guy that I grew up with for about 15 to 17 years
for real.
was standing on the other side of the customs door in a whole nother country, waiting for me.
Come on now.
How that was, bro?
That's special.
Yeah, I would say this. I would say this, and not to overshine what Cuz was talking about. Katie understands the scenario and what we went through to get to where we would consider is the pinnacle of athletics. You know what I'm saying? Being paid for what we love to do.
Right. The most.
My cuz, man, you know, I can't say it enough. I got so much love for him, you know, and he's gave me the. Now let's not get it twisted. Now we had some butt head moments. Now.
We had the butt heads.
You know what I'm saying? We had the butt head moments. Listen,
we lived together.
Yes, we did. And when I would tell you this, I'm gonna tell you this, and I mean this with every fiber in my body. I say this with every fiber in my body. Cause your mouthpiece. Cause if anybody know KD Williams, cause you gonna put it on them. My point being, my cuz said something that got the attention to these individuals, these coaches. Paul Jones to be one.
Look it up.
You know what I mean? Cal Murphy. And a guy who never had an opportunity to understand what transitioning into a professional lifestyle was. My cousin advocated for me.
Right.
And he gave me a window that I said, well, you know what? Because I became worse than what you guys knew me was. You know, excuse me. Yeah. You know, and I could proudly say this, and I'm not proud to say this, that I found myself in my junior college lifestyle trying to become something that I wasn't. See, I got two big brothers. That I love unconditionally, who showed me what it was that I should vary from.
Right.
My brother did his thing, man. I don't ever y'all know who my brothers are. Y'all had Bolden, Reginald Bolden, Jr. The boys went and got it. They went and got it. But they was hell of a athletes. Right. There was hell of a athletes, bro. And I can't. I ain't trying to blow smoke up nobody's tail. Definitely won't do that. But to have myself in a position to transition into a professional lifestyle, even though I didn't know what a professional was, I took it.
Right.
So yeah, when I say, cuz you got every right to sit there and say, yo, without that mouthpiece, cuz everybody know my cuz got that goddamn verbal now. He got that verbal now. See, my cuz got that verbal now.
One thing you can't ever shun a person, and I don't mean this selfishly, cocky, or any of that.
Be you, man.
Preach, cuz.
When you just do right by a person, man, you do right by them. You can speak on it.
Come on, man.
100%.
Come on, man.
You don't care how it comes out.
It's simple.
You know,
it's simple.
How you take my words is how you take my words.
It's simple.
What about when I was talking this same voice?
Come on, man.
This same inflection, using these same words that you find condescending. I was using it with them folk.
Right.
And them folk gave you 13 years.
13 legit years.
See, I'm going to say it again.
On it.
You was in junior college.
Junior college. I never had
You
an
wasn't in
opportunity.
4-year college.
No.
You wasn't in Division 2,
No.
3,
That's
1,
something special,
double A, none of that.
No.
You was in junior college.
Right.
So
We don't know what was going to happen.
To reiterate,
But what we do know what happened is you was prepared for your moment. It's not luck.
what's this?
It was preparation
He said a
meets
magic
opportunity.
Because
We prepared
run with
ourselves.
this.
Hold on, before you finish.
Yes.
We prepared ourselves, man. No felonious.
Let me get that.
This ain't flamboyant.
Yeah, let me get
This
that.
ain't felonious.
You just being here. Let me get it out.
We prepared ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey.
There were boys, I hung with boys that was out there, man, getting plenty paper,
Yes, sir.
plenty hustle, and plenty
Preach.
everything when I was in the gym.
Preach.
Right.
Preach.
So
I
what's
got to move these weights. I can't move the pots. I got to move the weights.
Come on now.
So I prepared myself for what I was doing. So
what you was
all that be humble, this, that, the other, I'm
We
being
understand
exactly
that.
what I
Right.
was
You ain't understand.
when
We-
I
we-
was on the path.
But
and with him,
What's this?
with him,
Yeah. But we didn't understand what.
I found my humility. Because it's about humility.
Yeah.
I found my humility the moment my opportunity came to show who I am as a person,
Right.
as a man,
Yeah. Yeah.
as a person who stand on character and morals. I can't act like I didn't remember me and y'all in the cars together, his
Right.
car. I can't remember when Reggie and I played ball. I can't forget that stuff.
It happened.
So when my moment come to straighten it all, I gave you everything that you
And
need.
he stood on business. What
I stood
everybody
on the business.
What every individual say, you got an individual
But you
that
know
rocks
what?
for you,
Yeah.
rocks with you, who stand on what your morals are. At the same time, we from the muscle. We lived in Palm River. We lived in West Tampa.
I ain't live in those places.
You know, he ain't living those places. But you know what he did? From the muscle, bro. From the muscle. And I don't care what nobody say or how they handle their business about, you know, you had your plan, it was going to happen regardless. Nah.
Right.
My Cuzito, and he knows when I say Cuzito how that endearment stands.
Yeah.
That cat right there went outside his narrative to proposition an individual. He didn't know what my accolades were prior to me
I didn't
stepping
even
on that
know
field.
what happened.
Prop Joe.
You right. I
He
ain't
don't
what you
know.
did.
He don't know
Prop
if
Joe.
I. Let me say this, and excuse me if y'all want to blurt
Prop
this
Joe.
out. He didn't know if I shitted on myself, meaning I ain't do what I was supposed to do
Right.
while I was playing ball. But damn,
I
once he
knew.
heard those accolades that his cousin was a 2-year All-American, made All-American. He won a national championship his first year, and he was that dude who saved the game. You know, my cousin said, man, y'all playing. You better get somebody that can play for you.
Right.
You better
got
get
up there.
somebody to play for you.
Hey,
At the age
Once
of
we-
19.
Once we got there, though.
Yeah.
Once we got there.
Oh, we can't talk about that.
Once
Can't
we
talk
got
about
there,
that.
we be quickly.
Yes. We became the face of the goddamn team.
Listen.
They pitted us against each other
Oh, they put y'all.
while we was with each other in so many different ways, characteristic wise, player wise.
They made us battle. Watch this, cuz. They made us battle. They said, well, listen, your position, even though you're a cornerback and he's a DN, y'all got to outplay each other for y'all to exactly, how can I say this? For y'all to make this team a legit team.
How you do that?
That's how we did it.
So look,
I knew
go ahead.
I had it hardest.
Right.
Juran, goddamn it. And let's just be very clear. Let's make this very goddamn clear.
Come on.
We got the goddamn
Put it up.
camp, and they couldn't throw that ball no goddamn well around
him.
Juran.
Yeah, he took
Knock
it
him
off.
out the sky.
Let's be very clear.
He took
here.
it off.
Yeah.
I was a backup.
Yes. Yeah. Not for long. Let's keep it 100. Not for long, cuz.
Hey. I
Not
was
for long.
the backup. It don't matter. I was the backup. See, let me tell this story, cuz, see, your story was sweet. You walked right into a starting position.
And I killed that shit.
Man, we got to camp the first day. First day we get to camp, they had him on the tools. The first camp day. Once we got we got 2 days. Yeah. We got the 2 days. He was rotating with the ones already.
Yeah.
Off of one practice.
He was in the shuffle.
Yeah.
I'm still in the backup role during the preseason.
He's still fighting.
I'm still fighting.
He's still fighting.
Right.
Charlie Clemens.
Respect.
Look him up.
Charlie Clemens.
Look him up.
New Orleans.
Charlie Clemens.
New Orleans Saints linebacker.
St. Louis Rams linebacker with the NFL Super Bowl team.
Yes,
Greatest
sir.
show on turf.
Yes.
That was my OG.
Headhunter.
That was my OG. That was my
Our big
OG.
brother.
That was my OG.
Yeah, dang it. No disrespect to my brother, by the way.
He said, look, Katie, them boys gonna get rid of you, dog. I said, you think so, Big Clem?
Hey,
He said, listen, bro.
Let me interject right quick. Cuz when they said, you right what you said. I said, cuz if they get rid of you, I'm gone.
They gonna get rid of you, boy.
That's some real shit, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling all that. Y'all boys can interview y'allself.
Man say,
You know what I'm talking about? We need to get out of the way.
man say, dog, you're lighting the ass and you can't rush the passer off the right-hand side because you're left-handed.
You got to tighten up, though.
You got to tighten up.
Right.
I say, Big Clem, look here, man. I tell you what I'm going to do. I got breakfast for me and you every morning. Just show me how to rush the passer.
That's how you go find it out and go get it right there.
An hour before practice every day during training camp, Big Clem came out and showed me how to rush the passer. Because,
Yes, sir.
Big Clem,
Yes, sir.
on the last year, his deal, and he on his way
Back to the
NFL.
Oh, so he
In Canada, they call it down south. You know what I'm saying?
So he really got to step his game up. So he need that extra work.
Right.
Yeah.
But he got a young pup pushing him to his breaking point.
pushing
Right.
to get it.
We get into training camp. We get out of training camp. Start the first game of the season.
That 4-4 was live.
Juran, I'm on the special teams doing my thing.
Yes, sir.
First game of the season. They throw that out right on Juran. Juran caught that motherfucker. He ain't on offense.
He took some.
They throw about a 20-yard motherfucking flat out post route corner 7 cut. And by the time he cut and got to the sideline and put his hands up, Juran had already caught that bitch. Kept going.
He got up on there. He got there.
Hey.
I'm on the sideline like, what? Cuz showing out. And we just took the lead. Juran is a major player in the game. First game of the season. Juran really is changing the game like they said he was going to do.
He taking over. He doing what we know.
Homie,
Bro.
they ain't getting what they want up front.
Oh, my God.
Now, mind you, I done made the team. Big Clem taught me how to rush the passer.
Right.
I.e., I'm on the special team, so that lets you know I made the team.
Right.
That third game.
It was the second game, bro.
No, it was the third game because we played the I'ma still remember the first game I had ever played. It was the
Toronto.
No, it was the Vancouver British Columbia Lions. It was Andre
BC
Ware.
Lions. You dang right,
it
bro.
was Andre Ware,
Yes.
the quarterback.
Yes.
Heisman. I cracked
The
his ass. I cracked his ass open. I even got the picture on my rookie card when he laying there with the ball in his hand laid out. That's my rookie card.
Night.
That's my rookie card.
Night.
From that moment on, when they gave me my opportunity and I showed my ass that game,
Right.
It was down.
me and Juran respectfully We became fighters.
Yeah, adversaries.
Listen, we started to fight each other.
So tell me this.
We started to
jab.
We jabbed at each other.
Yeah.
We became each other's problem.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We lived together.
Hung out together.
We hanging out together.
Right. So I say this.
I got more juice than you, Juran. No,
I ain't gonna.
So I say this.
I got more juice than you.
Let me ask you a question, and I say this. What did you get from it?
That's the thing I was going to tell you. What I got from it was drive, determination.
Yes, sir.
Competition.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, competition between homies.
Different. That's different.
And what?
It's cool. It's cool.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm. Like all my homies know. Like if you from West Tampa, our friendly competition is being fresh to death.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah, y'all on the Brooklyn.
Yeah, we the Brooklyn. We Brooklyn.
Actually,
it is. Yeah. So,
go ahead.
So when I say that, it's like we became each other's competition. Now, here's a guy. He got 6 picks.
Look at them 6 picks again.
And 8 games.
There you go. That's the day. It was 8 games. That's what I was asking you.
Let me eat. Let me eat.
He got 6 picks. He got 6 picks in 8 games. That's unheard of.
Yeah, he got a pick every time he touched the field. Yeah.
Now, at this time, respectfully, Juran Bolden is probably going to win Rookie of the Year.
I was at the door.
So let me ask you, Juran.
Yeah.
Would you have done something different?
Wasn't nothing to do different.
You know what I would have did different? And Cuz said it right. It wasn't nothing I would have done different.
Studying the film don't matter.
I didn't know what it was to be a professional. I mean, you got to realize, I'm 19. My first couple of games in the CFL at that time, I was still 19.
Okay.
Right.
You know, and I take my hat off. You know, I ain't saying it because he's to my right.
Right.
Because went through so much other things to the point where I had to accept he's my mentor now. You know what I mean? Yes. And you got to realize we're only a year apart, but he's been through more football than I've been through.
Right.
In a different level that I've been through.
Gotcha.
So when the word was coming back, because they brought KD into the office. KD, keep it 100. They brought you into the office and say, what do we got to do to make your cousin or make Juran that guy? Let him, because of what you told him, let him play.
They put him with a coach.
Yeah.
So look,
Don Burrell.
One thing about me, I'm gonna tell it so it'll be said.
Speak on it, bro. I ain't gonna. If you're wrong, I'm gonna question it. If it ain't right, then I'm gonna agree to it.
Don Burrell on him.
Don Burrell.
They put a coach
on him
on assignment for him.
Yeah,
strictly for him.
Strictly for me. Strictly for me. And I mean that. Yeah, strictly for me.
I'm talking about, man.
Bo is all the time.
See, me and Bo live together. I'm going to sleep and watching movies by myself.
Yes, sir.
Oh, he telling all his hand.
I'm telling you.
You feel me? Me and Bo live together, but we don't eat dinner together. I'm ordering whole pizzas.
What you say?
I got stacks of film.
You gotta look at it.
He don't need no film. I need film.
Bro, talent.
I'm going off of what I can remember, what their tendencies are.
You studying.
And what they like to do. Top 5. Him.
I'm gonna be at the club.
They got 4 routes they gonna run, and I'm gonna
be in the club. No, he'll tell you, I'm in the club.
Yeah, he partying.
I'm in the club.
Cuz, you know they gonna, he say, cuz, they got 4 routes. I'm gonna jump on 2 of them. I'm gonna jump on the 2 routes because if they call 2 coverages that we call gonna allow for me to jump on 2 of them 4 routes. The other 2, one of them they might burn me. They might catch me with my hand to cookie jar, but I'm gonna jump on the other 2 routes for goddamn sure. So I ain't worried about that shit. Juran doesn't give a damn. Juran ain't give a damn.
I do.
And And respectfully, I'm still being a pro, still learning, treading water. Keeping my head above water, because see, I don't want to get caught in the ratio from Canadians to Americans.
You're not allowed to have so many Americans on the team.
You're allowed to have so many Americans. You have so many. Yeah, it's about that paper.
It's about that paper now.
So I don't want to end up in the ratio.
And I'm sorry, people. I've been in the zone because this is really interesting to me. I'm learning as well. This is getting real interesting.
So if you get caught up in the ratio, chances are you won't be in the game. You're gonna be in street clothes.
Yeah, you're gonna be in street clothes.
So what is life after the game?
Like,
what's life after the game?
But don't go after the game yet. What I want to know before the game is, because y'all talking a lot about the Canadian League. See, I'm sitting here trying to get this question out, but y'all interviewing y'allself.
Preach it.
You give me a minute.
We're waiting on y'all to get
y'all take over. Y'all take over.
No, I love what y'all doing.
But
it's just in my head. I got to say it while I'm thinking about it. Y'all, first of all, what you did for your brother, that's some brother shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what you supposed. If we did that more often as men together, we'll reach such a higher height in life, bro. So I commend you on that, brother, for doing what you did. And then that's my boy. So I always want to see him make it to the top. But what I want to know now is when y'all got that call from the NFL. What was that like?
He got his call before me.
Sum it up.
He got his call before me.
So I can't sit back and downplay what KD was.
No. But sum it up.
But when they shut me down, I was, the 8th game. That was where I was at.
Tell him about your call.
Okay, so
that's what I want to know.
When you and the family was sitting around and you knew Atlanta was on the clock.
I got you. So, and the funny thing is, I was not at home when June Jones and Atlanta Falcons called me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I was not at home. I didn't know what to expect. Because again, my immaturity at the time didn't allow me to understand what was coming in front of me.
Right.
So I got the call. Fred Felder, my brother, my cousin Newt, that's Frat all day long. I was with Fred, Tyvin Sunday. And we was all hanging out, and I got a text from my grandmother. At the time it was a pager. It said come home.
And he said it was a pager.
Yeah, so I got the call, and it was like we gonna draft you, because I was disappointed because when I worked out, I was supposed to be a first round sleeper.
Okay.
Being that I didn't go to Division I or play Division II, junior college, had to go over here to Canada and play ball, and it was like I didn't. You can pull it up right now. Mel Kiper didn't know who exactly Juran Bolden was at the time. Nobody knew.
Was he expected to though?
We would want that as individuals,
right?
And but out of respect to what the process was,
that was early Kiper too, though.
Yeah, we didn't know. I didn't know where I was finna go involved into that. So that's why I say I come from a praying family. My grandmother, and I owe that to her. So, but at the same time, when that call came, I didn't know who June Jones was. June Jones, if you listen, June Jones, no disrespect, I appreciate that call. You created a monster. You know what I mean? You knew when I got there that I was a problem child. You made me start the second preseason game, playing against Tim Brown at the time, but my point being is that you saw something in me that I didn't see at that moment.
Right.
Got to realize I'm still a child.
Mm-hmm.
If you know Juran Bolden, Bo was a jokester, prankster, and he just loved being around his people. I didn't care if you had athletic ability. I didn't care if you was a street nigga. I didn't care what the scenario. I just loved being around the people who got love for me, regardless of what it was. And T, you can vouch for this, that you and we established a brotherhood.
Right.
To this day, it was easy for me to say, I'll be here for you.
Right.
Long story short, I knew what the athletic ability was in my family. And to try to take it back a second, when I tell you KD was the slowest guy that we played against, in our neighborhood, right. He was by far one of the fastest DNs, outside linebackers, that Winnipeg has ever seen.
Right.
To the point where he is legendary in the CFL.
Okay.
In the NFL, he is respected amongst his peers.
Right. Okay.
And that's what the people don't understand. The level of this game is to get the respect from your peers to say that, dude, that was a problem. A lot of guys happy to see us not reach our pinnacle because they was able to reach their pinnacle, right. And they get the accolades that we should have received.
Right.
But only person I hold fault to is self-inflicted. See, that's the difference between accountability and passiveness. I understand what I didn't do to reach that pinnacle.
Ability.
Because watch this. I'm gonna throw a question to KD. KD, how many corners you seen that was raw than your cousin with the size, speed?
It was already prototypical.
I didn't know that.
If there was,
I didn't know that.
Man, he knew that.
He knew that.
He knew that, girl.
Listen,
Bo was declining for a bit, Bo.
Hey, see, if anybody want to make a joke, I got 15 to clear you, nigga.
I'm a little.
I got 15 to clear you.
I'm a little different. I'm a little different. I don't have the etiquette.
Understand.
I choose not to use it.
Understand.
So I'm gonna just talk to you. I ain't gonna verbalize it.
Don't sugarcoat that shit. Preach, bro. Come on, Cuzzo. I stand on what we talk about now.
Me personally, in my personal beings, I enjoyed it. I loved every minute of it.
Yes.
Right. So what do you pass down to the kids that you learned from the game? I learned from that journey. What would you tell the kid?
The struggle is hard.
So what advice would you give behind that?
Be disciplined.
Okay.
And that ain't what everybody are microwave stars now, bro.
I heard too. Microwave stars. That's like pop.
Because see, me, KD I didn't have the respect. And I say it, I didn't get the respect that people warranted when we was playing high school football and all that back in this day.
You took it.
I ain't get that.
You took it.
Gotcha.
Really didn't matter to me about it. Really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it didn't matter.
You took it.
Say that. No.
Man, you took that. I'm saying the truth.
You can use your words, whatever your words you choose to use on it.
You took that.
The words you choose to use. I'm just being more open about it.
You're being modest.
I'm being modest about it and saying, truthfully, I had game, but I wanted the respect that I wanted was just only from ball players.
Gotcha. You ain't need it from anybody else.
I ain't need it from nobody else.
For peers.
I just want it from ball players because I am a ball player.
Yeah. True.
You feel me?
Right.
And part of that, it was because I really was a boy that really got it in the streets. Like, I wasn't that guy.
You doing your thing out there.
But I did my thing out there.
Hey, man, that's
what's this?
So because hold on, let me finish. Can I finish my point?
Finish your point. Finish your point, Claude.
Because my situation was a little different. The NFL gave me a different life.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I didn't have the talent to say, "Oh, I got the talent. I'm gonna be all right."
He felt like.
I'm a junior college kid.
Yeah.
Got it from the mud.
I'm a Division II kid.
Got it from the mud.
Junior Canada.
Yeah.
Europe.
Yeah.
Practice squad.
Yeah.
Cut. finally got on. Derek Thomas say, "This is how you get you a pension."
Wait. Let
me just finish.
Say the name. Say the name again.
Derek Thomas say, "This is how you get you a pension."
No. Say it with enthusiasm because they don't understand who Derek Thomas is. No.
Well, that's my guy.
You know, I know who he is.
That's our big bro.
That's
our big bro.
You know,
that's my guy.
God bless 100 now.
God bless
the day. Keep it 100 now.
That's who I live with as a rookie.
Yes, sir. He did that.
I live with him as a rookie.
He did that.
So I was taught how to be a pro.
He done that for you.
You ain't gonna be around.
Come on.
You ain't gonna get no snaps here. Cause you play behind me.
And he ain't gonna ever games now.
You ain't gonna ever see the field, KD. But guess what, doggy? I'm gonna teach you how to play the game. I'm gonna teach you how to get you a pension. The rest of this shit don't matter.
That's a real one there.
Because the moment I retired from the game, I got right back into the real world with my partners. My same old partners. I ain't searching for no NFL accolades. I ain't searching for what I done. And I'm in the encyclopedia.
You know who you are.
Right.
I still own the records.
Wow.
In Canada.
Come on now.
As a rookie, when me and him was a rookie.
Come on now.
When me and him was a rookie.
Up for Rookie of the Year. No. Let's make sure we understand.
I won Rookie of the Year.
Yes, you did.
But we both was up for it.
Right. That's
I won it.
Wow.
So look, real quick.
Once the game left me, I started thinking about my children and all the pain, and all the treachery I caused along the way.
Yeah,
because I ain't give a damn about nothing.
Preach on it.
Hold on, before you get into that, that's where I like to be at. About these kids.
Yeah,
we're gonna take us a quick break and pay some bills real quick, and we're gonna get into them kids.
DJ Shoutout B, official DJ for MenUp365, Southbound being LLC, man. For bookings, you know what I'm saying, parties, whatever weddings, you know what I'm saying, y'all contact us, Shoutout B, 813-458-1730. Also get at, you know what I'm saying, the manager, you know what I'm saying, B-Day on Facebook, Instagram, Ace Boogie, D Dizzle, Tamp VP, J Scudder, Baby J, man. Hey, we got the city locked, man. If we need a real DJ, 365 photo booth, all that, man. We coming to you live and direct from the Sunshine State, Tampa, Florida, 81 Trey. Better get with it, man. MenUp365, Southbound being Shoutout B. Let's go.
We allowed ourselves to be put in a position to wear a label. You got to pay attention to it. Tampa, Garrett Sheffield, even though Dwight over there in, St. Pete way a little bit, but he's still Tampa native, you know what I mean? But Carl Everett, we talking about Wade Ball. We got guys who had Fred McGriff, Jefferson High School, but you got guys that was before us that led in a manner that we didn't understand what was greatness. To me, when I define greatness, is the reflection of my children,
right?
My cousins. Same thing KD just said. That's our greatness. Right. Not that we made it. It's just the legendary stuff that carries when we have our kids. Right. If not playing or following the get out of jail free card type thing, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So my narrative is that, listen, no, I ain't gonna sit here and say I was the phenomenal dad because I sacrificed being a father, and a lot of y'all will look at me a little different, say, oh, he sacrificed being a father. No, I sacrificed being a father to be a provider.
Right. Yeah. It comes with it.
As a man, my job is to provide, protect, and make sure that they don't want for nothing. And guess what? I stand on this as a face card. Got cameras, got microphones, got Brotherhood, got a cousin. I felt that what I was supposed to stand on. I got my daughter now. I have my daughter now. 10 years old. The best feeling in my life. They say, what makes you happy? But a lot of people ask always, what makes us happy? Do you understand what makes us happy? Is to see our seeds actually make it.
Carry on.
Beautiful thing in the world.
He said, carry on.
Come on, man. I'm not scared. You know, I was never scared to fail, but I was scared to fail for my child.
Right.
So, closing that, I want to know you guys.
Talk to me, bro.
What is your most memorable Father's Day?
Oh, man.
Let's get to it.
Glad you want that?
Because I love my brothers, and I want to pass it off to my
Father's
brother.
Day
Yes.
is the one coming.
Preach.
Come on, man. You got to clap for that one, man.
That's a real.
That's a real answer there, boy.
I should have went first because you always be. You know what?
It's gonna be hard to talk.
I ain't long-winded like you.
God damn it! Where the light skin come back in?
I ain't long-winded like you. I come from an era where they say, "Hey, man, who, what, when, why, how."
Yeah,
right.
That's out the way.
That's tough.
Shouts out to all my boys from the West, Big Mike. Y'all, I'm gonna leave it at Big Mike. Y'all ran that shit back.
Birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday, big bro.
Well, look, anything else y'all want to put in the air before we close out? Because one thing we're going to do is toast to the fathers.
Ask us the questions.
All right. You starting to get light skinned again.
Know it.
Get straight to the point and get hot.
We ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back at it, man.
Ooh.
Hey, this is an interview for the ages right here, but the city going to love this. You know what I mean?
Yes. 813, stand up, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, look, we're going to get right into it, right? So, I want to know, we going to look out for these babies. Well, you can't call them babies. These young men that's following y'all footsteps.
Yes.
Give me some of the highs and the lows of being in the NFL. Like, the real highs and the real lows, that something that they can, you can get them advice on and they can take it and not make the same mistakes that y'all may have made.
Okay. Cuz, you mind if I go in first?
Go ahead.
So, the narrative is, the perks of being in the NFL is it's a privilege. Mm-hmm. It's an honor to wear that badge. We was blessed to wear that badge. We was blessed to learn the badge. We was blessed to learn the things behind the badge. If you're asking me to tell my juniors, a la my son,
right,
and the ones coming behind them, it's all about a business. And the narrative, when I say it's a business, that you're as good as your last play.
Okay.
When I say your last play, I don't care if the season's over with. I don't care if it's mid-season. I don't care if it's the first game of the year. You're as good as your last play. And the narrative is, if you wasn't drafted high, and when I say drafted high, I'm talking about the first 3 rounds. Mm-hmm. The narrative is you got to earn your stripes. So, to me, you create the team in the 4th beyond. But one thing you got to pay attention to is the narrative that they preach to us. That we wasn't good enough to be first rounders. We wasn't good enough to be second rounders, third rounders, and better yet, 4th rounders. The narrative is now what you establish because your hunger or the work ethic that you put in. I applaud some of these young men. Notice I say some of these young men because they feel as though that they worked hard enough to get recognized.
Right.
You can take Shador Sanders, Deion's son,
draft pick.
He should have been a first-round draft pick. I don't care what nobody says.
Why he should have been a first-round pick? Why?
His numbers, his stats, and everything that resonates behind him. I met the young man, humble young man. I met his brother. You got to realize my son played in Jackson State at the same time when they first created that narrative over there. True. The young man is talented enough to be a first-round draft pick, but at the end of the day, it's their league. Mm-hmm. It's their league. We still are the low man on the totem pole just because the color of our skin,
right,
If you don't like it, I mean, fuck it.
Truth is truth.
Hey, tell me this. Do you think financial literacy is needed in the pros?
By far. What's this? KD.
Get to the point.
KD, no. Before KD jump in. KD, you was teaching me financial literacy as a 19-year-old just turning 20. And the first thing I used to do is go cash my check and take all the money and put it in my pocket.
You was going back shoeball day, huh?
That's all I knew.
As a rookie,
right. As a rookie, that's all I knew.
I was putting my money away as a rookie.
Yes. Because I didn't want to hear that shit.
Every week.
Preach on it,
I was converting my money to American money.
Yes.
Putting it in money orders, putting it in cashier's checks.
And sending it back home.
Stacking it up.
How many times you yelled at me about that shit?
JB. I used to be on his behind about financial literacy.
So how them boys coming up hurt, huh?
Now, it can be said that I don't have financial literacy because I ain't got a Bentley and I play in the NFL. Or I don't drive a souped-up car because I play in the NFL. I've always had financial literacy.
Right.
You helped me out. I say that. You helped me out.
I appreciate it, JB. I've always tried to put my mind in business and do other things with my money because, again, I knew I wasn't going to have a long career because the circumstances I was in.
Right.
So my circumstances made me pay attention to my funding a lot earlier in my career versus worrying about, okay, all this is taken care of. I need that one more contract. Yeah. If I can just get this one more contract. And that's where a lot of guys put themselves in bad positions because they need that one more contract to smooth everything out.
And then they don't get it.
I didn't carry myself in that manner, so my fall from financial grace wasn't a major fall. Right. I left the NFL. I got right into business. I had my own water pest control company. I had a water softener company.
Yeah,
I got into business immediately. I literally had one job when I left the NFL, and I left the NFL in 2004, 2003 or 4 officially. I hadn't worked but one job up that time. I was financially literate.
Right.
But what you got to say about that?
So, to the individuals, the young men that has the athletic ability and trust me, I like keeping things very blunt and very.
That's how we like it.
Entertained. Not to shit on my cousin. His mindset was way different than mine. From an individual who took his contract, and every week when I got paid, I went to the bank to cash my check. I want the whole amount of money in my pocket because I want to feel it. I want to feel the currency in my hand.
You told us that.
But one thing that my father said when I did make it to the NFL, my father said, "Damn it, son, you making more than I made in my whole entire
life
career as janitor, as lawyer, as any avenue your father is on." But the narrative was, we saw money that we never seen before because we're not used to it.
Right.
And my word to you all, and please, if you ever take anything from the words that I present to you, please do this. The last paycheck that you receive may be your last paycheck that you receive.
Talk to him.
Consume greatness throughout paychecks. And a lot of people don't understand when I say that, consume greatness through your paychecks. I'm going to give you a narrative. My son was drafted the 7th round, almost the last pick of the rounds. And he made almost, no disrespect, son, I want to put your business out there, but you damn near made way more than your dad made.
Leave it alone.
In the first 5 years of his career. So when I was drafted in 1996, I was the 4th round, 127th pick. And a lot of people would say, oh boy, that's good. 126 individuals went in front of you.
Sounds good to me.
My paycheck was $131,000 base salary. $202,000 was my signing bonus. Now let's take the narrative. Days in, days out, the money has changed since 1996
right.
to all the way to 2025. So the money that I saw, what I felt was a blessing,
right,
amongst my brothers that I grew up with, went to school with, wanted to fight individuals with, even wanted to smash bras with.
Talk about it.
Wasn't suffice to what I knew what my talent was. But it was good money, because in a black neighborhood, if you see $131,000, you feel as though you made it.
Especially not in anything.
So my point to you young men that's out there who's chasing this narrative of being successful football players, the numbers look good. Black, you agree? The numbers look good.
They look awesome now. They look awesome
But
now.
society is evolved into a more spin-happy financial stability that we're not used to. You take the time to look at all these small business owners and say, hey, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing this, he's doing that, and then realize what it is that I'm capable of doing.
Right.
So when you got a entrepreneur that reaches out to say, hey, because you're a ball player, let's talk turkey. Let's see if something that you can bring to the table that they would financially subside to your capabilities. See, we're fearful of that because we've been messed over so many times as athletes. So if you guys are loyal to these young men who's coming up, and notice when I say loyal, I ain't talking about patting them on the back and giving them a couple of $100 while they move around here, because that's BS. So all you coaches out there trying to bless these young men at an early age, you fucking up the game. Pussy. Excuse me.
Talk about it. Talk your shit.
You fucking up the game.
Talk your shit.
Oh my!
You say how so? Because right now you're chasing something that you'll never get. It's the bag. You're chasing something that you'll never. You know how long it took me to get a contract that represent what my value was in the NFL?
How many years in?
I was 6 years into the NFL.
Wow.
6 years in it, to sit there and say that I have become something worthy of everyone else that played this game. My favorite phrase, my sons, even my daughter will tell you this. My favorite phrase is when you play pussy.
Yeah, fuck.
My point being is, when do we realize that we are the minority, the majority, excuse my French, the majority of an entity that's going to pay us less than pay attention to it? Tom Brady. I'm throwing a name out there. I love him.
Right.
Played against him. Tom Brady. All these Tampa natives didn't give a fuck about Tom Brady until he got here.
Right.
His paycheck he shows what it is that he's encountered throughout his durability. A 6th round pick. He's a 6th round pick for a reason. We wasn't expecting that. Now, how do I create generational wealth for your kids' kids? It ain't for us no more.
Right.
Our kids. I got a son. Yeah. Again, I got a son. Can you interject when you want to, but I got a son who plays pro ball, and I say, it ain't about my paycheck no more.
Right.
It's not.
It's for the heirs.
Man, listen, man. When you allow yourself to play a goddamn deaf ear, you'll be mute to reality.
What's deaf ear?
Deaf ear? It's you don't pay attention to what's out there in the norm.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna throw respect to this individual over here to my far right. When he was trying to tell me, take 95% of your money and send home.
Right.
You know what I would have did? You know what I did? I cashed my check. And no disrespect to my father. I didn't get a bank account. KD, keep it 100. I didn't get a bank account until I went to the NFL.
Yeah.
After making all this money in Canada.
I used to tell him all the time.
Financial literacy.
Go to the bank and get you an account.
Financial literacy.
Put your money
Financial literacy.
So what would you do different? What would you do different?
Catch the ratio.
What I do different?
If you had the chance to kind of go back and, redo this whole life that you did from the NFL and Canada.
Can't go back.
What would you have done different? See, this is what you can give them the game on now.
So what I'll get a young boys game, young gentlemen, young seniors, young stars.
Right.
And notice I put the word star in.
YNs.
No, I hate that narrative. For real. I hate that narrative. I hate YNs.
Right.
Now
YNs are terrible.
First of all, they want us to stay where we at.
Right, for sure.
They want us to stay across 40th and make problems.
No, they want us to stay everywhere, cuz.
They want us to stay across your hood, because the great thing about what I endured throughout the process, I was able to go to every hood. Cause I'm a hood nigga.
Right,
I ain't never sell no major dope like that. But you know what I'm saying? You want to put some shit out there. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody need a little dirt.
All the brothers that BMF lifestyle, they fuck with me $100,000.
Oh, okay.
J-Bo, shouts out to you, love you to death.
Okay.
Yeah.
My point being is
J-Bo and
narratives. Yeah, come on, bro. Narratives is what we create.
That's what I'm talking about.
And when we take away selfishness, because that's all we look at it. Every major rap artist he's selfish. You know why? Because he needs those numbers. He needs those numbers to put his music out there. So when is he really putting back into our community? Hey, listen, I love y'all young men. I love y'all. You know why I love y'all?
Pay attention.
You know why I love y'all? Because you have the ability to change the narrative that every sitting president, from Bush, from Reagan, to everybody beyond us, and no disrespect, I love you, President Obama, what you created, and some things I don't agree with you with. But one thing I stand on.
What you stand on? You
help us create a narrative that's not who we really are.
Ooh.
We ain't never been selfish ass niggas.
Right.
We ain't never been a helpless ass community. We ain't never been a dependent on somebody else's growth.
Roll from the concrete. Right.
Every time you look at us, dog, we found a way to make money,
survive,
and create a narrative that stands for our people.
All you gotta do is do your homework.
Come on now.
You gotta do your homework.
I'll leave that where it's at. I'm sorry. I probably went deeper than I wanted to.
That's what we want.
But y'all need to hear this, young men.
That's what we need.
All you gotta do is go study.
Y'all need to hear this.
Right.
I just want young men to create a difference for themselves.
Right.
I'm a school teacher at heart.
Yes.
So
he love, cause y'all see, man, that giant love, bro.
Structure yourselves. Have some structure, some decorum.
Yes.
Proper etiquette, things to go from there.
I'm sorry, cuz. Can you say that one word, please, again? That decorum,
discipline, water. What's up?
Decorum,
preach.
It's definitely needed.
Come on,
definitely needed. If you don't have it, you don't have no structure. At the time, you didn't have no structure. I was a lot more. I was, like you said, I was a lot more independent than you were.
Yes, sir.
I was a lot more mature at the moment.
Yes, sir.
You were.
Yes, sir.
But that doesn't change the path that we both have, and that don't change the dynamics that we give to other kids.
Right.
Yes.
There's different ways to go about your career. I look at Tip's son, Duke. He going to the Gators. Here, Tip. Grew up hard.
Yes.
Fast and the Furious.
Yes. Tip, congratulations, by the way.
Find a way to
Love you, boy.
Conversate with him behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
Give him some game.
Right.
Let him give him some understanding. Not beat him down with this what they do and this is
Preach.
Listen, you can live your life, but understand that he a guy. Like,
Yeah. Tell me, it's different, bro.
Because he's a guy, a commodity.
Mm-hmm.
There are some things that we all got to fall in line about, even me. You know,
Yeah.
my son plays pro hockey.
That's amazing.
You know,
Shouts out to Keenan, little cuz.
It's
Love you to
just
death,
crazy
bro.
that he changed the narrative. Like Juran said, he changed narrative about narratives. He changed the narrative. I wanted him to play football. He plays pro hockey.
Pro hockey.
That's amazing, boy.
You know,
That's my ace.
A game where it's very few of us
I
in.
would tell him, but I bet he dominant.
he's their enforcer.
Yeah.
He's their enforcer.
Beastly.
But my
We're
only
at
thing,
55,
but the point I'm trying to make
Anything we
is the
step in,
fact
we
that
dominate.
His
you.
path and my path was different.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I'm saying about Tip, and I look at Duke, and I'm gonna use Mushy and his son Dallas.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Dallas
sir.
going to Notre Dame.
Yes.
You got two kids born to black families, both in different situations, economical, financial,
Look at him.
Emotional.
dynamics.
Yes.
People that are around them and surrounding them both different. You look at the dynamics, you say Duke don't make it. Duke going to the University of Florida. It's going to the University of Florida. Dallas
She went to Miami, but okay.
is going to Notre Dame, and I knew his daddy. Went to school with his dad.
Right.
To say that his son would go to Notre Dame, you would look at Mushy and give Mushy the 100% ado. And his son probably went to a school like a Ivy League school like that.
Yeah.
Because Mushy is that type of guy.
Yeah. Preach on it, cousin.
But they both in the same places at the same time.
So look, I feel
That's
like
just them having the advantage. One got different advantages than the other, but they stayed the course. They remained disciplined.
Fall in line that order.
Showed the decorum.
The order.
Remained and kept proper etiquette about what they were doing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you're swimming on the beach. I'm swimming in the river.
Come on now.
right.
But we both
Know how to swim.
we swimming laps.
Come on now.
We getting laps in.
So
That's what's missing.
right.
In the middle.
So basically,
Now.
what I see from what y'all saying back and forth is, I may be going off a topic, but back in what we speaking on, it's almost like life is the same no matter which angle you come from.
Life is the same.
Right. So what I'm seeing from wherever you get it, life, your highs, your lows, you have to prepare for the slowdown.
So let
know what I
me
mean?
say this. T, you and I, Gabe,
And I ain't make millions.
we got it. We got it. We moved around the way we did. We
Right.
all went to school together. We
Right.
knew each other We knew who we were personality-wise. We knew individual. We knew each other.
Right.
Because we was in school together.
Right.
For I'm talking about it. At that time, we was only 3 years in, meaning you knew each other for 3 years consistently.
Right.
So the narrative, what I'm saying is, what we felt as individuals, as grown men, or better yet, as fathers, or better yet, as mentors, is that these kids remove themselves from knowing who we were, or better yet, who we are, to establish what they're trying to create. But when we try to overexert ourselves or say, hey, bring you back home, bring you back, settle it down. Because we didn't have numerous amount of individuals here in the Tampa Bay area. And Tampa, stand up, first of all, because we're creating more athletic superstars than you think. Stand up with it.
Right. I'm a school teacher.
Yes, moms. Allow your child to be coached by men.
Right. We will show.
Men, allow your child to be chastised. And then when I say chastised, when I ain't say nobody gonna put their hands on your child, none of that. When I say chastised, let them know, understand what we grew up with doing. Because if we went out on the football field, Katie, you knew this shit. If we did something in school, we ran for how long?
All day.
Come on now.
Arthur Mayo. Right. That patch on the eye meant something.
It meant something, bro.
So look.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, ask the question.
Well, the question really ain't. Well, I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead.
I hear y'all passion and everything y'all got going on, and I hear your passion, especially about life. And Bo, I know what you've been through.
Yes, sir.
So, far as your kids, what do you expect them to do, and how do you expect them to move, knowing what you know at this point?
Well, I'm gonna answer that first.
But you don't give it to them.
First of all, let's be very clear.
Preach.
I was a part-time dad. I love my kids. My kids love me to death.
Okay.
But I was chasing the ball because I had to change the misfortunes of the fortune.
Right.
For my family. For my individual. Me, my brother, my mama, my daddy. Not my whole family. Just my immediate family. I was the person to change it. So I sacrificed some things, but I know for a fact that my children love me and they turned out and understood what we were trying to accomplish. I got a doctor. My daughter's a doctor and has a farm.
Go ahead, little cuz.
Got a son that works for the Democratic Party.
Go ahead, little cuz.
Got a son that plays in the National Hockey League.
Go ahead, little cuz.
I have my descendants.
Really well.
The name of my descendants and my ancestors live on the Stanley Cup, and that's in Canada.
Yes, sir.
My name is on the Stanley Cup. My ancestors will live forever.
Right on.
And then my last son went to Florida State for 4 years, already graduated with his master's, already in a position in a major company.
Yes, sir.
Already.
Sound like a great father influence to me.
I feel good about, honestly, and I'm going to say this, bro. I feel so confident in the 4 women that I chose. Because I chose 4 good women that allowed me, in their own haste, at times, they made the decisions for the relationship for us because they could see the writing on the wall. Like, it's somewhere he's trying to go, and I'll sacrifice.
Right.
And they gave me those sacrifices.
For sure.
So that I can do what I had to do because they were good women.
Right on.
I don't shame them. I don't shun them.
Ooh.
I even have a Caucasian.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
One of my children are mixed, So I was cruising in the fast lane. Toast to the fall. Hey, let me get a shot of Jameson. You can edit that, but let them know I am a Jameson junkie.
I'm gonna say this. You young boys who is chasing this dream. And when I say chasing this dream, make sure it's your dream.
Right.
Not your moms, not your pops, not your uncles, not nobody else's dream. Make sure this is your dream.
Right.
Because the day you start playing this game for somebody else is the day you're gonna lose at this game.
Right. So,
and I applaud every young man who stepped into this forefront to say that this is what they want to do. Congratulations to my little cousin. Keep doing your thing on that hockey.
Right.
You got to realize this: hockey's been brought to Tampa.
We need him in here.
No, you understand it. Hockey's been brought to West Tampa. Excuse me. Let me correct my forefront. Brought to West Tampa because
bring him here
of the journey that we went through. Cause
for sure.
If he came and played,
so if I say anything to you young men, matter of fact, you can catch me on Last Chance U episode 7, first season, when I had to show these motherfuckers that I'm from West Tampa. You know what I'm saying? I had to let them know I'm from West Tampa. You know what I'm saying? So, but my point is that
what's your point?
My point is this.
Yeah, you done got to the point. You done got drunk.
First of all, I'm not drunk.
This ain't what's the one with Nori?
Drink champ.
Hey,
man up.
Hold on. Let me say this about y'all, man. First of all, I admire y'all. I respect y'all. And listen, to have the fight to go out there and get it like y'all did, most people not born with that. You had to put that work in. He was talented, but he still had to put that work in.
Yes, sir.
And as men, that's what we got to do in life.
Yeah.
We got to put that work in with our kids, with our family.
Before we go any further,
go ahead, talk to me.
I'm gonna say this to you, Black. KD.
Speak
the best feeling in the world, besides, you already know how I feel about my dad, my big brothers, my family.
Mm-hmm.
My cuz called me when I got drafted to the Atlanta Falcons. Say, cuz, you made it.
Right on.
They don't know what the hell they expect. They don't know what they got. I mean, this man told me that they don't know what they got.
Right. The next Dion.
And at the end of the day, when I put that work in, I wasn't the best corner in the world. I was the best corner in the world for me.
Right.
I seen some of the greatest ever.
Right.
Ever. Randy Moss. Jerry Rice. Chris Carter.
Legends.
You come out of good.
Steve Smith.
Right.
Damn sure.
You know what I mean? I got the list to go on. Yeah. And every last one of them gave me the props that I deserve.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you deserve it.
And the reason why I say I owe a lot to that young man to my far right, because me and this cat, from knee high to a duck, my cousin, hey, where you at?
Okay, good.
Hojo?
He didn't expose the back.
Come on now. We'll tell you this. We didn't know what the fuck we was embarking on until we got
ass toast.
Until we got there.
I told him good.
Hey, you dark skinned albino.
Oh, you did that already?
Hey, man.
I'm a long ass toast.
To the fathers, happy Father's Day. If your daddy still living, give him a call. Tell him you love him.
Tell him you love him.
And
everybody step in here and get some of that.
Step in and get some.
Yes, sir. Hey, man. Happy Father's Day to y'all boys.
Happy Father's Day.
I wish y'all a many more. Man,
hey, listen. If you got one, respect them.
Always.
The unedited version gonna be a